Hey guys, Kevin, Muddy River Tactical. Thank you for joining me. We're back out at the range doing another video, enjoying this nice day. And I got another polymer striker fired pistol, which I know what you guys are thinking. Why in the world are there so many options for striker fired polymer pistols? Like, don't we have enough of those? Which I would agree to a certain extent, but I must say I'm very excited about this review. There's very few pistols that get me excited, but this one does, and I'll tell you here in a little bit why. And this pistol is the Rost Martin RM1C. So I got this pistol just a couple days ago finally. I'd met the owners at SHOT Show, so stick with us. We'll shoot this pistol, shoot the first couple rounds, first 2 mags through it, and I'll tell you my initial thoughts and what I think of the new Rost Martin RM1C. All right guys, so like I said, I'm super excited about this review. We do a lot of reviews on pistols, but this is an American-made pistol out of Dallas, Texas. And the next thing about it, so US made is always cool, but it's a small business. They've been around about 5 years, I believe is what they said. I met these guys at SHOT Show 2024 at their booth and talked to them. But to give you a little backstory, we've been super busy all winter with holsters. You know, we're a holster company, always busy making new molds, always in that rat race circle. So honestly, I didn't know of a lot of stuff coming out just because I've been so busy and not really researching into it. The day before we left for SHOT Show, so this would be Sunday before the SHOT Show, I had a longtime customer reach out to me and goes, "When are you gonna have holsters for the RM1C?" And to be honest with you, I had no idea what he was talking about. I actually had to Google it to find out what it even was, and I found out there's this Rost Martin RM1C. So I emailed him back, said, "Oh, we'll check into it, try to get it taken care of." Didn't really think too much about it. Knowing we were going to SHOT Show is in the back of my mind. So as we're going around SHOT Show, I look and I find this booth. Actually, we're sitting there eating lunch, and they're right next to the lunch area at the SHOT Show. It was where their booth was. So it's like, well, hang on, I'm gonna go talk to these guys. So I went over there, talked to their sales guy, was talking to him, super cool dude. And I'm telling him about the holsters and my experience with one of our customers reaching out and everything, looking at the gun. And the sales guy's like, well, hang on, let me get the owner for you. And granted, this booth is super busy. It's got a lot of interest in the people, being a US made gun at a $400 price point. I mean, the MSRP is $459, but these are all over the market for $400. So $400 for a US made gun is starting to be very appealing. So to my surprise, the owner stopped what he was doing and came over and talked to me, and I actually talked to him for about 15 minutes. Super cool, down-to-earth guy. Gave me his personal email. I've exchanged probably 20 emails with him since SHOT Show 2 weeks ago now. Very responsive, got back to me within 5 minutes every time I sent him a question about anything. So for us being a customer service driven business, that speaks a lot to me, especially being we're a small business, they're a small business, and for somebody else to have the customer support that I expect and I give to my customers is super cool, and you just don't see that in the industry a lot. So right away, this guy has won my respect for sure. Granted, that's not going to change what I say about this pistol, good, bad, or indifferent, but I just wanted to throw it out there because I'm sure there's a lot of people around like me that want to support people like that, and this is one of those guys that it's hard not to root for. So anyways, back to the pistol. This is a 4-inch barrel. And the cool thing about it is it comes optic ready with the plate. So I put the plate on it because I am putting an optic on it. But to be honest with you, I've been so excited to come do this. My optic wasn't in yet, so I'm deciding just to shoot it without the optic and give you our first impressions. So the regular sights are just a front white dot sight and a serrated black rear. Just standard sights, but they're definitely workable. The cool thing is the plate does come with it, so it will accept Hollisons and all the major stuff. The other really cool thing to this, and this is any price range pistol, but especially in a budget end pistol at $400, it has ambi controls. The slide stop, slide release, and the mag release are both ambi. So for me, that's huge. That says a lot that it wants anybody to be able to use this pistol, and it does it very well. The ergonomics on the pistol also feel very good. I like the texturing in it. The one thing I will say is I wish it had a little more texturing up here. It doesn't hinder anything, it doesn't feel like, but we'll see after shooting. And part of that is I'm a huge Walther PDP fan, and it's got texture all through here, so it's kind of what I'm used to, so I can't say it's bad against the gun, just something I noticed. It does have really good texture up here, as well as your grip though. So overall the texture is good, just wish there was a little more of it. The mags, it comes with two mags, a 15 round and then a 17 round mag, which is super cool. So this pistol's like in the size range of like a Glock 19 or something of that. It weighs in at roughly 22 ounces, got a 3-slot rail on it, so your lights are lasers. It has a really big trigger guard, which I like, because if you're wearing gloves or anything, you got plenty of room there. The trigger on it, I've heard people before I got this pistol say, well, it's a little bit of an upgraded Glock trigger by a little bit. To me, this trigger blows a Glock trigger out of the water by far. I wouldn't say it's quite a Walther grade trigger in my opinion, but it's very, very good, and at a $400 price point, it's really good. So it's got a blade safety on it, and then a flat trigger, and then that much take up, and then the wall is what really makes me like this trigger a lot. It's got a solid wall, which I'm a big fan of that. So like the SIG triggers that have that mush feel to them, I don't like at all. So I'm a big fan of the wall on this trigger. And then the brake is just a clean, crisp. They say 5 pounds, and that feels really close to probably what it is. And then the reset, if you watch this reset, super tactile. You can feel it click back out, which I'm a big fan of as well, because then you're right back to the wall right there. And then just a super clean brake. So just dry firing it without the first shots, I'm super impressed with the trigger, and I think it will be really good. So like I said, these are going to be the first shots. I'm going to do 2 mags through this gun just to give you my initial impressions, and then we'll go from there. So let's start with the 17 round mag here. Man, it shoots good. Shoots really good, actually. I'm almost surprised at how good it shoots. I know that sounds bad, but... And then the controls, like you just seen there, is locked back. A lot of controls in guns that aren't broke in, like that's the first mag through this gun, are hard to use. It's super easy to use, which I also like. It seems like it's very flat shooting to me. It's got that low bore axis, which I think helps with that. And it's just a really natural sight picture. So I'm really a big fan of it so far. Let's shoot this other mag real quick. Man, that trigger I like more and more the more we shoot it. It felt good dry firing it, but feels even better shooting it. The trigger's really got me surprised, to be honest with you. This pistol is very flat shooting. Obviously, that's only the first 2 mags, so I can't speak too much reliability on it. But what I can tell you about reliability, the other thing I talked to the owner about is this. They've worked with the engineers from AREX, which if you guys aren't familiar with AREX, like the Delta firearm pistol, definitely go check out YouTube reviews on them. Very, very reliable gun that is grossly underrated in my opinion. They've been working with them to work on some of the design of this gun, which gives me a lot of hope on the overall reliability of it long term, because AREX had got that nailed and did an amazing job on that. So I think that's going to pass on to this. Overall, for an American made $400 pistol that feels and shoots good, I'm even more impressed with it than I thought I would. When I talked to the owners, I was hoping I would be impressed, and now this pistol impresses me almost as much as the owners, which that's saying a lot, because like I said, I'm a small business guy. I love small business, and people that do it the right way, and they're definitely doing it the right way. So overall, I would definitely check out this pistol. We're gonna put the optic on it, and we are gonna be doing a 1,000-round review. So definitely check that out, hopefully in the next month or so, depending on how much shooting we get to do, because I want to put it through its cycles and not do it all in one day, and do some different training with it where I can give you a fair 1,000-round review on this pistol. But at this point, I think it's gonna be nothing but positive from what I'm seeing right now. But like I said, you never know, problems could come later, but I don't expect that with how good this feels and just the owners and their attention to detail that they've put into this. I just think it's going to be a really good thing. So if your guys interested in any holsters for this, we're actually doing the holsters for it now in leather. The Kydex holsters will be available in the next day or two, and they may also be available by the time this video posts. Just depends on when we get this video posted. But definitely, if you need any holsters for this Rost Martin RM1C, we're gonna have them. Also, if you have any questions on this pistol, definitely leave them in the comments section below, or just shoot us an email to support@muddyrivertactical.com. We're always there to help. So let us know if we can do anything for you. Check out our website, muddyrivertactical.com, for all your holsters. And until next time, keep practicing and always be prepared.